Never Ready Bunny.
Here it is. What do you know?
The Energizer Bunny and the Never Ready Turtle.
Get your ass to Mars.
Mission. Wait. 15. Counting. 14. 13.
I miss our studio.
I am the J Tower. Gotta have time to masturbate.
Well, I think it kind of speaks for itself. He just goes completely anti-science. I pay money for naughty favors.
Where's that mushroom toy?
Much
Because
like
that
someone
mushroom
else
head
we're going
seems
to talk
get in
about.
the way.
I'm a good girl, I am.
Yeah.
She was what the kids would call
I
a
need
slut,
that
which is a
drop.
terrible thing to say,
yeah.
but apparently there's no denying she was one.
I want to apologize to all of you for what happened in there. In our competition for ratings, we all lost sight of why we got into show business in the first place.
Yeah, titties and beer.
Hey.
I guess he's not being charged for
Oh, I miss the old studio. I am the studio crafting Jay Tyler. That thing was pretty dope.
It was, but I got to see you build this studio, so that was kind of special
Thank
for
you.
me.
I
I just sort of showed up at that one after I'd been dodging your calls for months, throwing my phone under the couch.
turned out pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Then we had to leave it all behind. Poof.
As happens in life.
Bums me out a little bit. But then I realized your Miss Parker joined the show. This is Nothing Yet Live. Oh, before we get to what we're going to talk about here, look, I got a haircut. It's a big shock. I don't know how many people have noticed, but people have noticed. It was funny. Kevin rides up on me and he's like, "You get a haircut?" And I'm like, "Damn, did I really look that shaggy?"
It was just spontaneous because we dropped the car off yesterday and they said, "Oh, we'll be done in a few hours." And I'm like, "Shit, I thought we were going to be here for
2
30
hours.
minutes."
You're she's like, "I'll get you an Uber back to the house."
I'm always saying that, and he always thinks that I'm trying to make him be an asshole.
I just go like, "Nah, one street over. Let's go find something." So we did.
So I turned around and I said, "Look, there's a barber. Why don't you get a haircut?"
Right. And then it was like, "Oh, there's the weed shop."
Which we ended up skipping.
And then it was like, "Oh, there's West Marine." Oh, West Marine.
We walk in there and it's
How do I love thee at this point?
Fishing rods.
All just everything you could possibly want. So I found the ugly stick. It's called the Big Water Ugly Stick. That's the one that all those dudes were using. Because they're only like $90. And today was payday. So, but being that there was only 1 week left. I mean,
oh, you didn't order it online or anything?
No.
Okay, that Shakespeare one that was.
Why not just go buy that one from them?
Sure. Yeah.
I think West Marine is fairly local. I mean, the state probably, but yeah, no, I like their gear. I walked around and
Use their
we were
bathroom?
just killing time. Yeah, I was like, she goes, "There's the Staples here," and I'm like, "The fuck do I want to go to Staples for?" She goes, "Well, West Marine's right there," and I was like, "That's right." I totally forgot about it.
I
But
thought
you
you
guys
said-
live like close by. I said I thought it was down the road more, based on I didn't know it was like right next to the freeway like that.
Yep.
So that was a good call, your Miss Parker. And that was that's a nice rod. Said no woman ever. But now that I got my haircut,
To you,
what do
right?
think? Yeah. What do you think?
Youthful. It's
Yeah.
youthful.
You know, my dad has that curly hair. So like while I can look just like him by wearing whatever hat he happens to be wearing, and those of you who've seen pictures with me and my dad side by side, it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It's like a time.
It sucks. I kind of was hoping, wow, how am I going to look when I'm 75? And now I know.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to look like. There
That's
is no
right.
template for me.
So that was a fun walk and conversation. They have a whole pink. Remember, they had that. We walked by this rental place, and it had all this.
Rental.
It had like. Remember, it had like. Yeah, remember you said, "Oh, we rented our shampooer from there."
Oh, right. Yeah, a tool shed. That place is dope.
I was like, I love that. What's the mud bucket? Right? Or
It would be fun to work there. It would be a fun place
just to
to
get
work.
a chance, just intern so you can drive all their gear.
You know, when I
That would
saw
be-
those like big lawnmowers, I thought of Patriarch.
Yeah.
Thought I
Like,
wish.
boy,
Yeah, boy.
get
Yeah,
yourself
that's
a
my-
Kubota. Settle for nothing less.
Make a big dent in the cop car.
Craftsman may be warranted for life, but that's because they're garbage. Gonna bring that sucker back in a week.
Hey, but you can rent them.
You should have any idea what you can do with a Kubota tractor when you ram it into a cop car, boy. I should have.
Oh,
How do I not have my?
so
Oh wait, we forgot our sponsor, our new sponsor.
Long Jack,
Should be Long.
Long Dong Silver.
It seems like it should be Long John. But yeah, that's the adventure of my haircut.
Yeah, there's a story around the haircut.
Just killing time is my jam. First, we walked through the tuner section because where we were, there's all these car
Right. Yeah.
pro,
There's a
like
BMW
Porsche,
place.
BMW, you name it. These guys are all there, so we walked through the back, and I regaled Miss Parker. I punished her for me having to be stuck there, which I didn't have to be, but I was like, let's go. And so we walked through there, and I just told her all about how she has a tuner car and what these dudes
I learned something
could do
yesterday
with
that I never knew before. I
Yeah.
have a tuner car.
Yeah. No, I bet you could squeeze at least 200 horses out of that baby. And just with like some dude just plugs in your ECM and just does that. But yeah, so we're gonna get to in the next few segments Lauren Boebert, and if you guys haven't heard, well then obviously you're just here for our take on it. Boebert.
Yeah, the Muckrakers,
They got
the
them.
pack that took down Maddie Cawthorn, which was not hard,
And we have some opinions.
just like
on that.
Maddie's penis.
No. Miss Parker with dick jokes.
But apparently they've decided to go after Bobes, and I'm guessing that in their assessment, she's the low-hanging fruit.
I thought she was the hard get, but apparently that turns out to be more true than I ever thought. We're going to get to the OG Florida man, DeSantis, even though there is no Florida man in our Florida.
Yeah, that's a
Florida
twist. You're
woman.
gonna have to, it's a Florida Woman Day.
Yeah.
And we think that maybe we're going to, pardon me, I didn't mean to kick you with my claws there, but we're going to graduate to a statesman segment. Maybe call it American Idiots.
I don't know. It sounds like
There are some, in my Florida man curating, I have found some funny
She
stories.
finally, we called that because she came across the same story that we had done before.
We did a story like 3 months ago.
She goes, I'm going to send you a picture. And I was like, we did that.
Yeah, I'm like, I thought the guy looked familiar, but
I was hoping above all hope, that
he
he
had
had done something new.
else. Yeah.
It was just like, please let this. No, but we looked at
I think Florida man is kind of like an addiction. You're always an addict.
You should have. Yeah, once you
experience it, then you're always a Florida man.
Yeah, so we're going to go back to an old sort of segment of the statesman, but we're going to bring out some new stuff for you guys with that. But that was hilarious because we were both like, no, please don't let it be the same story.
And it was the story of the guy who filled a large squirt gun with pee and was spraying at a woman.
It's piss. That show was great, actually. We should put that up. It's piss.
It's a good nostalgia show. Hey, we got to get back on NYL, or we got to find a way to kind of syndicate this.
And we just I don't know.
Anyway,
it's summer and it's hot. My brain doesn't work correctly. Look, how much money would I donate to charity if I could see John Fetterman choke slam Mehmet Oz? just boom, right? Like,
how much would you pay for you to choke?
I want to see him literally choke slam Oz, but the law frowns on such behavior, and Fetterman is a giant teddy bear, so I hope he smokes Oz in anime style. Shows up, John Fetterman. Mehmet Oz is like, "You like the gays?" And he's like, "Yeah, I do." Grabs him by the throat, choke slams him, and then because that's the right. They want to see that. The right likes power. So why not just be like
Spencer Smith gets wood?
Why not just be like Mehmet Oz
slamming each other?
Man, if this was Idiocracy, it would be Mehmet Oz versus John Fetterman. You have to fight it out. Like that would really tell you how much they really have it. Like if you could actually fight your opponent like Rudy Giuliani said in J6, the trial by combat. It's like, all right, I put John Fetterman. I give him one. I give John Fetterman 1 to fucking 10 odds that he could tear his way halfway through Congress. Like, right? Like, just how many do I? Dude, just how
I
many
could
does that
just
guy have
see
to
him
beat?
holding Emmett Oz down, and Emmett going,
He's just going.
Where's the Ted Nugent? Ted Nugent said he'd be here.
And then Fetterman chokeslams Ted Nugent.
Ted Nugent shows up in a
Just
diaper and
anime,
starts
man. He's just
shitting
like
himself.
he's just throwing them out the window across the room, kicking some of them. Because remember, the dude's like 6'9".
So was it? It
You
was,
really want some trial by combat, Rudy?
It was
You're up first.
Ted Nugent, Donald Trump, and who else was he bragging that endorsed? Maybe it was Ted Cruz.
Oz?
Yeah, Ozzy was
Well,
saying,
we're
"I
gonna
have
get to
the
Ted
endorsement."
Cruz in a little bit too.
Yeah, Ted Cruz. Maybe there's, maybe he got really upset about not being able to get hot women like, oh, I can't think of his name. The SNL
I know
guy.
why.
The SNL guy.
I know why. I have an idea why.
Why? What? He can't get hot women?
Yeah, and it has to do with what we're going to talk about.
It's
in a
not.
minute.
Yeah, that's beside the point.
Hey, everybody, we miss having sponsors for a minute. That was fun. We still have Davy Crockett, Wrist Rockets. We got, just maybe something else. I don't know. But Hope Craft CBDs. Check out OXT.com because they're moving on to bigger and better things.
We got to get some of their candy.
That shit went to Sprouts.
Well
yeah. Done, son.
I know. I guess they figure they go to Sprouts and cash out.
Well, why not? And move to Puerto Rico and live like kings. I don't know how that works. Maybe they get shot in the forest by some angry
Maybe
natives.
they get hit in the head with a
not.
paper towel roll.
All right. Well, we'll be back in a moment. Did you want to do this?
Do what?
Okay. So we wanted to talk about Putin weaponizing grain.
Right.
And it's unclear like how he's doing it, but he's using it obviously because it's a commodity that people like and are willing to pay cash for, especially in poorer countries, and that will help him finance his war of conscripts. So,
well, he also wants to starve Ukraine.
But they're not starving because most of Ukraine kind of left, and the rest of it, like, I don't know. This is unlike any war that's really ever happened because it's so isolated. It's going to be an interesting thing.
That's one word for it.
Yeah, I mean, just seeing how it plays out. Hopefully it ends with, the, what is it? Death of a Tyrant. That was a deep cut of book, wasn't it?
Of what?
Death of a Tyrant. Isn't that a book? I don't know. What
Death
do I know?
Of a salesman.
Functionally illiterate Jay Tyler.
Barely literate, formerly literate Miss Parker.
Learn frameworks. So this
is Nothing Yet Live.
Back in a moment.
Back in a Two Shakes of a Lamb's Tail.